All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to what I call hashtag Live 365. I started doing this 229 days ago, and it's been fun. Been every day. Sometimes in the airport, sometimes one day it was at a breakfast restaurant. I don't know that I've done one on a mountain yet or in a vehicle, but we're knocking them down. So tomorrow's day 230.
Weirdest place you could do it.
We're it might be at the wedding venue on Saturday morning.
Oh,
Yeah, weirdest place I could do it. We've tried to do it in the Jeep, but I have a hard time streaming to all three platforms, so I could just do a Facebook Live. But it gets kind of funny that way, but it's certainly easiest right here. So but hang on, let me figure out my
I can always do it for you,
comment.
but I don't know how to log into your
Oh
deal.
God, that would be terrible. I don't know. It would be you'd burn the place down. So
You could
How you
just
doing
say no thanks. You could just say no thanks. I'm good.
Hey, did you check out my name tag under my
I see
profile?
that. Wow, look at that.
It
man.
only took me. I've been trying to do that for 3 weeks, and this morning it for some reason presented
Caveman.
itself.
Caveman.
Yeah. I'm slightly less caveman than you.
This is true.
Good morning,
you
Bill
got it figured out,
Gustafson.
and I didn't.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Bob Rosenberg here.
Rosenberg.
Oh, Jesus.
Bob Turnerberg.
Yeah, Turnerberg. Yeah, Luke McGee's here. Bill Gustafson is here. Good to see you guys.
Morning, fellas.
Yeah, we got some people on Instagram checking in. So, yeah, kind of bringing Steve back here as a semi-regular, and the more that he wants to show up, the more we love to have him. So it's always fun. Steve, today Rachel's back. I'm starting a series on what I call the blueprint for a better you. Okay, and
Interesting.
it's great that you're here because we talk a lot about just standards and how you operate, and I know that you have a high commitment to even your own just your personal well-being and fitness, and you have to.
I eat my protein oatmeal.
Exactly, that was awesome too. By the way, when I was there, we
Yes.
bought all the stuff, made it once. So anyway.
It sits on the
Shit.
treadmill now with my clothes hanger.
Right. Yeah. Look over there beside my bike on the trainer. Yeah. So,
Yes.
but one of the things I've heard you mention in the past is, as it relates to building a business, is having a foundation, right? But one of the things I was going to talk about today is like, you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint. Most people try to do life without one, right? Like they don't really know where they're going. They don't have a personal blueprint. And like we've talked about, even with business, like reverse engineering, where do you want to go? And I've heard you use as an example a lot of times, like your phone, your GPS, right? You need a destination, you need 2 points, starting point, ending point. And such as it is with life, right? We are trying, even though we all think we can plan it, but we don't. So I know you spend a lot of time with goals and with just like establishing your morning routine and the things that you do. How does this stuff resonate with you? Things that I've said so far.
Well, look, I think at the end of the day, we rise to our training. We will fall to the level of our standards. So you got to ask yourself, what are your standards?
Right.
What is your identity? It's kind of like, sometimes people will talk about, and not that I'm trying to belittle them or anything, but they'll tell me that, hey, Steve, I've gone, 180 days without drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And they're waiting for the congratulations. They're waiting for the pat on the back. And I'm like, well, I've gone 52 years without shooting up heroin. So maybe you should congratulate me too. My stand, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, I don't do heroin.
Right.
So I don't identify as someone like, hey man, I've gone 52 years without doing it. Like, so when someone says that, their standard is that they drink or they have a drinking issue, I'll say. So why not just say, I don't drink?
I don't drink.
It's kind of like, man, Bob, I've gone a whole 20 years without walking into McDonald's, as opposed to saying, I don't eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the foundation, right, of who we are.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people, and I don't know if you know this, a lot of people, the reason why they say they stress eat is because they can always tie it back to when you eat a meal is normally with friends, like when you go out to dinner or your spouse, and that's a good emotional pull.
Right.
So when you're stressed, a lot of times that's why we may go eat or snack or stress eat, because we're trying to find that emotional feeling again.
Right.
When we had that good time. It's kind of like if you've ever been on a cruise and you come off the cruise ship and all these people are selling these shitty trinkets and things that you would never buy walking down the street. Like, I think I'll buy a Rastafarian hat because I may wear one day in Portland, Maine. You know,
you need to shop. You got to shop.
and you buy it because of the emotional pull of where you are at that moment in time.
Right.
And so where I'm going with this is that all of us, actions that we take are always preceded by an emotional trigger. Anything we do is preceded by, and which leads to status or class.
Right.
So,
yeah, for sure.
You know, when you think about building the foundation, you know, a house will fall to what? The foundation.
Right.
Same with us.
Yeah. One of the things I was thinking about today is like when, you know, try to coach from pillars, right? And so if we talk about the pillars, say, of life and building a better you, I see it as three of them: personal, right? Your health, mindset, your habits. That's what you're kind of just talking about. Then there's the professional ones, right? The skills, leadership, hey, my financial path, whether it's my business or whatever. And then the last one is a big one, is relational, right? Your family, your friends, community, you know? So I would ask you guys that are on here, you know, what's the strongest pillar for you right now, and what needs the most work? And as I always say, don't try to boil the ocean when we talk business coach and all that, right? Same thing holds true for building a better you. You know, don't you ever see somebody the first of the year, you know, the New Year's resolutions roll out, right? Here we are, August 12th. How those going? Right? Many people, you know, the gym has thinned out. Many people have, shit. Now it's that time of year where you're like, well, you know, next year I got to get on this. right. And
here's a question. Here's a question, Bob. So I'm sure many people, you know, come January 1, you know, you guys all got out your pieces of paper or your brand new shiny new notebook and you wrote down your goals and maybe your core values and what you're going to accomplish. Can anybody put in the comments what those are without looking at that book? Can anyone recite those? So what are your standards? That was the dream, right? That was the dream catcher. That was so that we looked good in front of ourselves and it felt like we were making progressive movement, but we really weren't. And so many people, like business owners, you start a business, you create this vision. Maybe you even go a step further and you create core values. Maybe you create a mission statement, and God forbid you actually create an organization chart. But if I asked anyone, and you've seen me do this on my 2-day events, what is your core values? No one knows it.
Yeah, very few people would be able to recite it, you know?
Yeah.
So
which means they're not living it, which are their standards.
Right. Yeah. And it's kind of the best way to start this is like, what's one thing in your life that, you know, I'm always asking questions. What's one thing in your life that you'd really like to improve right now? You know, and it truly is brick by brick. We talk a lot about that. It's not like I'm going to make all this wholesale change. Everything's just going to be better. That's a recipe for failure, right? You have to begin with the end in mind, as they say. And just write it down. Say, what's one thing I want to improve right now? And it doesn't mean you go from kind of doing it poorly to being the best in the world at it, right? It just means doing a little bit better, whatever that means for you, right?
Yeah. And listen, you know, you don't have to be the best, right?
Right.
I mean, look, I mean, I think we all know there's been people and businesses have proven that you just got to be consistent. And the biggest challenge is most people are just not consistent. They don't consistently or patient or, whatever you want to call it. But most people just don't keep that drive going. Right. And it's a challenge.
Yeah. It takes discipline, right? We can rah it up, right? Be motivated. But that wanes, right? Motivation fades. Discipline, consistency are the things that are going to make the difference over time, right? We got to identify that end state like we do with business. Trying to change your background.
I did. How'd it work? Did I get it?
It actually looks better than mine. When I do mine, when I do watch this, I'll do mine. My head.
I think I need my head bigger. I don't think my head's big. I think I need you guys smaller. I need to be bigger.
Head. Look at this. Mine just gets small.
It looks like you're in a movie theater.
I tried. We got to tweak it. I'll blur
it's
that.
Like you're in the movies with everybody.
My head squished.
Where's Bob? It's kind of like the remember E.T. Remember that movie E.T. when he was hiding with the dolls?
I never saw the movie. Can you believe that?
What?
Never watched E.T.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna run it out without watching it too. I'm going the distance.
Really? Wow. That is a commitment.
Maybe we'll have to watch it. So, well, what else is going on, man? I know we've been talking a lot about. It seems like our meetings that we have are at the forefront of our mind is our event, and our event is called Mach 5. And if you're in Massachusetts and you know Mark Brunker, we call it Mach 5. Okay, MAHK. Yes. Mach 5 is October 1st through the 4th, depending on what level ticket you buy. And we're bringing people together. And I was making a comment this morning on something, and it really is to me about when I talk about getting in the right rooms. This is an opportunity to do that. And Steve, the best jumps and forward progress I feel like I've made in life is when I did something because I felt like I needed to do it, but didn't really know why. Right? Hey, I'm going to talk to this guy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to learn that. I'm going to just put myself in a position. I don't really have the answer yet, but I know I'm going to that thing. Have you ever had that kind of experience where you're just glad you went and did something, didn't really know why you went?
Look, yes. To answer your question, yes. Every time I've grown, it's because I put myself in an uncomfortable state. You think of something as simple. Thank you, Rachel. Staple. When you think of something as simple as a piece of coal, right? If you put pressure on coal, two things happen. It either becomes dust by pressure, or it becomes a diamond.
Right.
I meet a lot of people that when they get pressure, I can see which way they're going to go. And the only way that you can get better is repetition, getting in the right room with the right people. You and I are advancing ourselves. And I think that I'm sure everybody would agree. This is day what? Day 229. 229.
Yeah.
I would venture to say that you are probably better than day one.
100%. In fact, I've been told that. I didn't initially. I kind of felt it when I came out to Texas and I did some speaking, and I was like, "Wow, that actually went better than I expected." And I can tie it back to just time in the saddle, getting some reps.
That's all it is, man. Because yes, you sucked on day one. No, just kidding.
Absolutely.
The thing is one of the things you guys got to realize and just listen, whether it's coming to Mach 5 and meeting these amazing people and changing your life, or you decide to sit at home and do nothing, there is a fee to pay. Like you will pay the bill. And listen, you're paying the bill right now. And the bill is you're doing this every day. You're putting in the reps. You're doing one kick 10,000 times and you're learning to be a better communicator. I can tell, I can see it. I can tell you're more comfortable. I can tell by your pacing, by your tone. This is one thing I've learned when people buy a product, right? Whether it's a coaching package or they come to Mach 5 or whatever they do, what we're buying is a new identity and a new status. And this new status is who you're going to be in the future. You can listen. If for people that want to come, I think it'll be great. We're putting a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of, as you guys, Bob, as you know, and Wendy, and behind the scenes, there's a lot of work going on to this.
Yeah.
This will change the lives of a lot of people. I think just the conversations that people are going to have with the people that are speaking and attending will be one thing. What they leave with it, like, is going to be next level. So if they don't, I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to be rude, but it's not going to change my life if they decide not to come.
Right.
It'll change theirs because the economy is changing. The environment is changing. And if you're still doing what you did in 2020, 2022, 2024, thinking that it's going to work in 2025, going into 2026, without the help of these people that I've assembled that are all actual operators, I wish you luck, you know, and people go, well, next year. I'm like, well, that's assuming you're in business next year. That's a pretty big assumption. I don't know that you will be. I'm not saying, I'm not wishing ill will on anyone, but the reality is 96% of entrepreneurs go out of business in 10 years because they keep doing what they thought they've been doing. And more importantly, they think they have time, right? Everybody thinks they have time. And that's why they say one day, someday, it's not a good time. Well, you know,
well, a lot of people don't do something for themselves either. They, well, I got to do this. I can't take time away from the family. But when do you plan on pouring into you, right, and improving yourself, and put a price tag on not doing it, right? And as I always say, like, if 2025 is starting to look a lot like 2024, and you didn't really care for that, what's going to change, right? And why not get to an event in October and say, all right, enough's enough. I'm going to make a move here. I'm going to invest in myself and get squared up on, and, you know, it kind of, you know, at the beginning of Q4, start getting squared up on 2026 and say, okay, let's go. It's something. 2026 is going to be different.
Look, you've got to change. Right. Everything is changing around us. Nothing is the same. Nothing is how you think it was.
Right.
And the reality is whether you want it to change, whether you're ready for it, it's still changing, right? Yeah. It's going to change with or without you. You don't have a choice. You don't have a say in the matter. My question is do you want to be on the sideline saying, fuck, I missed it again. I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have invested in myself. Or do you want to be the one that says, man, I'm glad I went. I'm glad I did that. I mean, I don't think there'll be one person that comes to this event that says, man, that was a waste of 2 days, 3 days of my life. Yeah.
And we're not just pumping a bunch of people in the room. We're doing some shit too. Like, dude. I mean, there's been some times in planning this. I'm like, whoa. We're going crazy here. What are we doing? Right. Let's keep it simple. But we're doing a casino night on night 2. Happy hour the first day, Wednesday night, a happy hour. There's a VIP and elite VIP dinner that night, and then kick it off on Thursday. And it literally is, if you've seen our speaker graphic, and it's behind Steve. Of course, he's got it cropped, so it's mostly him. But anyway,
that's by design.
We got about 13 or 14 speakers and people that are going to be on stage at some time, either on a panel discussion or presenting. And it's guys that, my background is contracting. Steve's is real estate. And we're kind of blending the two, but also really leading from a place of just being in business and being an entrepreneur. Hey, you might be thinking, is this for me? I don't know. Seems like a bunch of bros, contractor bro dudes. It's really not. I mean, Eli Wild, you'd have a hard time to say that he was contractor specific, right? Yeah. Jason Cisneros, Built to Exit, a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of you guys that have a business want to know how to be done, right? Where is this going someday? I'd like to sell this someday. So talk for a minute about Jason and what he's going to bring to the table.
It's funny because I was thinking about him. We're supposed to be doing a podcast, and this guy shows you how to build your business to actually exit. Because listen, guys and girls, the reality is you are going to exit your business just like you will exit this life.
Right.
That I guarantee. There's not many things I guarantee in life, but I can guarantee that. How you exit and how you pass down this business or pass down this job that you call a business is one thing. Now, Jason is going to talk about how to actually do this. And Jason is actually coming to hang out. I don't know if I told you this, Bob. He was like, dude, can I hang out for all of the days? Because he used to work with Tony Robbins also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I told him that Eli Wild was my coach and Eli was coming to speak, he was like, dude,
yeah, let's go.
Eli's like my brother. I was like, really? Yeah. He goes, dude, he goes, yeah. He goes, Eli's going to be there. I said, yeah. He's like, oh, he's like, how'd you get him? I said, well, I paid him a lot of money to be my coach to teach me. And he's like, dude, he goes, this is going to be great. He goes, that guy leads, you know, Eli was the #1 closer for Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins made an award in Eli's name called the Eli Wild Award. For Tony Robbins to do that, I'm guessing you've got to be pretty good.
I'm guessing you're all right. So,
but what I'm doing is, so Jason's going to be there the whole like 3-4 days. Like, he's like, dude, I want to come and experience this whole thing. He wants to meet Lee Labrada, because he's like, there's 3 people in this world that I fanboy over, and one of them is Lee Labrada. He's like, how'd you get Lee? I'm like, well, I'm real good friends with him. He's like, Eli and Lee. I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, how in the world? He's like, you couldn't even pay to get those guys in the room. Like, how, like, atmospheres could not happen. Universes cannot collide to make this. But more importantly, after Jason speaks, we're going to do a panel, and the panel is going to be Jason, Errol Allen, and Errol is the guy who systematized our business. For those of you coming to Ground School next week, Errol will be speaking. And then my best friend, my old business partner, Pete Newbig, who owns a virtual assistant company, is coming. And basically, we're going to do a panel with all 3 of them. So it's like, okay, Jason, this is how you grow and scale it. Errol, how do you systemize it? And then Pete, how do you outsource it? So this is Q&A, live panel, asking questions. I'm telling you, you don't get more live, in-depth questions being answered than right here. If you know, for all the problems you may have, that actually may be, besides for you guys doing your panel, that may be one of the best panels I think we're going to have, because these guys are going to give you actual things of getting a virtual assistant, of systemizing your business. I mean, this is the nitty gritty of it. I mean, this is the gem. And, you know, one thing I'll say, Bob, you mentioned something earlier, and I think this is an underlying tone that I think is important, is that the biggest impediment of a business growing is the psychology of the business owner.
Right.
That is the biggest. Listen, I can give you all the tools in the world, but if you are not the person and you're not thinking right, which is what Lee Labrada is going to talk about, that it doesn't matter. I mean, I can give you all the skills. I can give you the fucking fastest race car in the world, but if you don't know how to drive, does it matter?
Right.
Many people don't know how to drive, and that's why they have these challenges.
And they're afraid to bet on themselves too, right?
Yeah, they're afraid to bet on themselves. They're afraid to open up that curtain and say, "Fuck, what don't I know?" But you're not hiding anything. You're not kidding anyone. Get in the room. That's what you need to do.
It's funny that what I'm going to be speaking on is something similar to that. And the title of my talk is going to be obviously finding your edge, but also taking your seat at the table. And just like, you know, I always say, hey, that guy puts his pants on the same way I do every morning, one leg at a time. And, you know, just drilling into that mindset that you deserve to be there. You're welcome at the table.
Oh yeah.
Sit down, pull up your chair, and you never know what you might learn, or who you might meet, or I'm a big believer in this, who might take a little bit of an interest in you, right? Because you've probably had that time in your life where somebody just said, hey, you know what? I see what you're doing there. Let's go. I think that, you know, I think you're capable of more. And until you hear that from someone, it doesn't always, you know, you may not believe it. You may not even have thought it. Could be a programming for when you're a kid. Well, I only do this, you know, hey, nobody in my family has gone beyond X point, so that's going to be my level. So I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. I just would encourage you guys to show up, to go. If you have a constraint, let us know. Let's talk about. Rachel says, is it ego or fear or both, Steve?
Well, ego is a success inhibitor. Ego and pride are the 2 things that will kill a business and will kill your success in general. I I don't think fear, Bob, you've heard me talk about this, Rachel. So it's interesting when we think of fear or doubt. The scariest thing about those two words is they can be very, very convincing.
Yeah.
And they can drive our decisions of to do or not to do something based on a feeling. However, you can't see it. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can't even quantify fear or doubt. You can't even, if I say, well, how much are you fearful? You can't justify it, say, well, 10, because I feel that way. It's an emotional pull. And so my question, Rachel, to you is, what if fear wasn't bad? Like, what if fear actually meant you were on the right path? Maybe that is the sign, and maybe we have it wrong. I don't, but maybe people have it wrong that when they get fearful or they doubt something, that's when we're taught to kind of pull back, take our foot off the accelerator. But what if that was when we should go from 5th gear to 7th gear and go through the wall, not around it, not away from it, but we're like, I'm going right fucking through this thing because I am on the path. Like I am locked in and I'm going through it because I'm fearful. Because on the other side of fear and doubt is that person that's been waiting to meet you. That is the successful version of you. You will never meet that person who probably wants to meet you. You will never meet that person back in 2024. They're not in your rear view mirror. They're not sitting in fear. They are on the other side of fear. So my thing is maybe fear is the thing you've got to push through to actually meet the person that is the successful version of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. And I'm thankful that you're that way, because if you were just about to pull a 777 up in the air and got fearful and came off the gas, you'd be like, what was that, Air India or whatever it was, where that ain't going to work. You do have to go through it. So you're kind of pot committed, as they say at that point. So Casey Bernard, good to see you, my friend.
What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Casey's coming to Mach 5.
He's coming to Mach 5. So I didn't even ask him. I just posted his image the other day. It said,
Casey's we're playing Sharks and Minnows with Casey. Sharks and Minnows in the pool. I don't even know what that means, but I know he always plays it when he comes down in the hotel. So I'm not even sure what it means.
Is that code for something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't asked any further what a Sharks and Minnows mean.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, Casey. You don't go crazy on the first night. It's a rule. First night of any event, weekend away. It's like, like up here in Maine, you go to hunting camp. Everybody's like, rah! First night, and the next morning, nobody's going hunting.
No one's going hunting.
All right, so you got to keep it real for night number 1. Now, night number 2, maybe you want to cut it loose a little bit. That's okay, but just remember, it's gonna be a long day on Friday.
Yep. Yeah, but night 2 is the casino night and the charity night. So drink up, spend money.
Yep.
Forget.
Snake eyes. The baby needs shoes, and you need some teeth. What was that movie? Harlem Nights.
Yes.
But I didn't watch E.T. No.
I don't get that. Who doesn't watch E.T., man?
I don't know, man.
Although I never saw Titanic, so I'll give you that.
I did watch that.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
I did fall asleep in a Harry Potter one.
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie either.
Really, me neither. I attended one. Oh, man. So, yeah, good stuff. Guys, what do I got to tell you? Come to Mach 5, right? In the big scheme of things, a couple of years down the road, you'll look back and go, wow, that actually may have been the point where everything changed for me, where I stopped doing stupid shit. I got around people who know how to get where I want to go, or who have been where I'm wanting to go, and got in a room with a bunch of people that just want me to win. The ego is out in the parking lot, guys, at this thing. Okay. All right. You don't come through these doors and go, yeah, I got it all figured out, because if you did, you wouldn't have bought a ticket.
I don't think you will with the people that are going to be in this room. We'll just say that, number one. Number two, one of the things, many times we cannot, I'll just say this. There's many things we do in life that we don't remember, right? Many of us can't even remember what we did 90 days ago.
Right.
I honestly feel that this will be a marker in people's lives that 5 years from now, they're going to go, that was the point. Like that turned everything around.
Yep.
That's my hope. That's what I want people to do. Yeah. I really want people to walk away going, fuck, these guys actually did what they said. I want to come back next year, right? Yeah. I want to come back again. Yeah. And I'm not sure we'll do one next year, but if we do, I want people to go, fuck, man, that was awesome. Because listen, I think that, you know, I know that there's conferences out there. I don't need to be yelled at by someone and told that I'm a piece of shit because I don't have abs, number one. I don't need to be talked down to. Mm-hmm. I don't need that, right? I need a place that I can go to that says, hey man, yeah, let's all learn together. Let's be better. Like, why not that? I don't need somebody always selling me stuff. I don't want a sell-a-thon.
Right.
I don't want a Grant Cardone event. Mm-hmm. I want a place that people can come and they go, fuck man, that was a great event. And that's the marker I want to leave in people, that when they go, that was the point. That was when the community was built and I was there as a part of it. And, you know, one thing I'll say is that all these speakers, every speaker is there because of a personal relationship to me. I'm not paying anyone. So Bob, you're not getting paid. So, but think about it. These are very big name people and they're coming because of my relationship, because I said, hey man, I'm doing a conference. And you know, the first question they asked is they said,
is Bob coming?
Is Bob coming? The second question they said was, what's the reason you're doing it? Like, why are you doing this?
Right.
And I said, I just want to build a community. I said, I'm not doing this to make money.
Yeah.
I'm doing this to build a community. And they said that was the right answer, because they said, if you just wanted to do it for money, I wouldn't have come. I said, nope. Yeah. You know me. You know who I am. You know what I do. I just want to help people because there's tough times coming. The economy is changing, whether people know it or not. There are things coming down the pipeline that are changing. And if they are not ready, when it changes, it's too late. And so I'm trying to get people prepared for what is coming. And they said, Steve, dude, I would love to be a part of this. And, you know, again, I think that's a good testament. Listen, I could pay, you know, I've had Brad Lee, Iron Cowboy, I've had them. Now I'm friends with them, but there's a fee for that. The fee for these guys is my friendship. And I think that says a lot to what I'm trying to do.
I don't want Iron Cowboy there. He would be largely unimpressed by me.
I'm not sure I would go with the edge on that presentation with James. I'm just gonna James, I was in Clear Lake one time. Clearwater.
Let me tell you about the time I was down there. You were probably busy doing your 100 iron.
Man. Let me tell you what it's like, James, Mr. Cowboy.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Bob Turner to the stage. And I said, excuse me, James, could you just step outside? You too, Lee.
Could you get me a coffee? Could you guys go get me a Starbucks and a donut?
Oh, shit, I got to have a breakfast sandwich. What's going on around here? Yeah. Hey, I'll put you on the spot. You mentioned that your highly respected mentor reached out to you and said, hey, you know, how do you need any help? What can I do here? Did you to ask him if he minded being number 14 speaker or?
Dude, so my old mentor, Marshall Silver, who is a very, very well-known hypnotist. And he's a business coach. He's the guy that I paid $60,000 for one day of training with. A very, very successful guy. Yeah. Has a 17,000 square foot mansion in Vegas, has another one in Oceanside, California. Anyways, he texted me and this weekend and he's like, hey man, he's like, great things. He goes, I've seen all the stuff. He's like, would you like for me to be a part of your conference? I was like, dude, Marshall, I love you, man. And I would. I said, I'm not paying anybody.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not paying anyone to come. I said, and I'm not selling. Yeah, click. It's working. My phone stopped.
This thing on.
And you know what he said? He said, Steve, whatever it means to help you, I want to be a part of it.
That's cool.
And so you and I have to maybe look at some agendas today to see if we can fit Marshall Silver in, because he and Eli Wild are probably the best in the world when it comes to identity and selling. Eli studies him as well.
Well, and you said he's a hypnotist, but he's a lot more than that. I mean, he's from a sales standpoint. I mean, you can
sales is hypnosis. Yeah. I mean, look, you've heard me talking about it. It is the news is hypnosis, religion is hypnosis, everything we do is hypnosis. Like
Right.
People put that label on it. They don't understand what hypnosis is. Like I've learned, neuro-linguistic programming, training, all these things, tonality, body language. These guys are professionals. Now, Marshall Silver, he has sold over $600 million from stage in the last 40 years. I mean, this is a legit guy that you don't get better than these two guys. I will leave it at that. I mean,
yeah.
Eli Wild is the one that did the repitch for Alex Hormozi's gym launch. And he helped Alex with his book launch,
right,
on how to actually pitch it. I mean, I'm going to let that sit there for a little minute, that these guys call Eli Wild and ask him, how do I sell this product?
Well, and somebody might ask, well, how does that relate to me? Like, how can that help me? John, the contractor, or Bill, the real estate guy, or the average Joe business owner that comes and is like, what can I learn from these fucking guys?
Well, I mean, I would say a lot of these guys are tactical, right? Yeah. If you look at Lee Labrada, I mean, he's almost gone bankrupt twice, right? Mm-hmm. He started from nothing. He has $100 million company in 30 years, right? It's not actually that same week is his 30-year anniversary that he's stepping away from just to come speak for me. That's why he's opening, because he has all these famous people coming into town for that show.
Yep.
Eli Wild and Marshall, when it comes to holy shit, warn me first, man. Whoa.
Good morning.
Oh no, it must be the same link every day or something. I don't know how. I thought I had this taken care of.
Golly, man. I was not ready for that one. Jesus. Are you in a cave? Where are you?
Right.
I'm in one of these spooky hotel rooms with all these people here. So
who was that guy that just walked by in his underwear?
That Eli.
Could be David. There are some things you can't unsee in life. I would like to try though.
Could be David or Eli. I'm not sure.
Are you converting? Are you converting or something? You look like you're in like is that the place that we did the presentation at?
No, we're out here in Crestview, Florida. So
okay.
Man, you move around.
Man, you move around more than me, man.
Well, I got to get done with the pond today so I can get on a plane in the morning to go up to Maine to do some stuff. So.
That's right. You don't want Bridezilla coming at you.
Yeah.
coming at you strong, brother.
I gotta go upstairs after that comment. I might want to walk that back.
Yeah, yikes.
So
real tough with your friends.
I'll tell you a funny story. Bubba texted me the other day. So how many feet of lights do we need? And I said, I was thinking like, he's like about 300. I go, yeah. He goes, I said, I don't know, maybe 4 to be safe. He goes, so 500? I go, yeah. Shit.
We're gonna light that place up like a landing strip back here.
We're gonna have
pound to fit, paint to match.
Yep. Yeah. So he's coming up and gonna light that place up, make it look like a wedding, and it's gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Are you bringing cigars, Bubba, or am I?
We are setting up a cigar lounge just for the likes of you folks.
Really?
Right? Yes. There'll be a little area where we're kind of setting that up nicely, so you guys will have an area that it's not right in the venue, but just off to the side where you can step out and smoke some sticks.
Nice.
So,
right.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, it's not. I'm a man of the people, Steve. You
are. I like that. Very well done. Very
Bubba,
well done, sir.
Hey, Bubba, before we wrap up, we talked a lot about Mach 5. All right. You go to a lot of events and you do a lot of things. You clearly value going to things. Why? How would you encourage someone to come to Mach 5?
I mean, it's like I say, when you go somewhere, you meet somebody, you're only one person away from a new season in life. You meet somebody new, it could change things up. Heck, I wouldn't be on this call right now if I hadn't been to an event. That's where I met both of y'all.
Right.
True.
There's different events. I mean, that's some of my best friends now in life have come from events that I've met somewhere clear around the country or, other parts. They're not even from the area.
Right.
And they also business mentors, coaches. I mean, like I said, it's not from somebody around my neighborhood where I become where I am today.
Yeah, it's funny. I look back and I made the comment, no disrespect to any of my friends or people that I used to spend a lot of time with, but even the list of invitees to this wedding is way different than it would have been 10 years ago. Right? Like friends change out, like around new people, you grow, you do different things. Some people you spend more time around, some less, right? And that's due largely in part to me going to events and meeting new people.
Plus what you learn at the events. I mean, if you go expecting to learn something, you're going to learn something, chances are.
Yeah.
If you go thinking, hoping you're going to learn something, chances are you may not pick anything up. But if you go with expectancy, you're going to find something, some gold nugget searching in there.
Yeah.
And maybe a whole bag of gold.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So, well, guys, we'll do this again. Bubba, I appreciate you jumping on. I know you got, that was cool. If you guys haven't checked out Mid-South Ponds on Instagram and Facebook, check out Bubba's business. He's a coach within the Rosenberg Group with us, but he also is running the premier pond building company. And when they started talking about ponds up, I'm up in Maine, we want a pond, we just go find a pond and swim in it, but that's not always the case everywhere else. Talking backyard water features. So Bubba and his team can really, tune up your backyard, build something that's an oasis. And that place you guys are at now, they brought in 4 truckloads of stone, I think, to do that. Am I right, Bubba?
Yeah, the homeowner had already brought 3 and started with another company or 2 and fired them and got mad at them and had us come in. So we had to bring in another truckload that we want to work with for the waterfall, at least anyway.
No kidding. Yeah. Cool stuff. Well, guys, you'll see me share Bubba's stuff from time to time on the Summit Facebook page. So we'll continue doing that, but check him out. He's known as the Mid-South Pond Dude, and he's a coach within our community here in the Rosenberg Group. You'll see him also on the Daily Sales Accelerator Monday through Friday. Speaking of which, I'll be running that call today, and we talk about handling objections. So if you need a free link, hit me up, scroll in the chat. Wendy will put it in. We'll get on it. But Steve, I want to thank you for spending the time. We always go long when you show up, but we get into some stuff. We have a good time. I appreciate it. I hope you guys found it of value. Bubba, I thank you for jumping on. We'll do it again.
Don't forget, before you go today, if you run across something and it makes you pause and think, just say to yourself, what would Bubba do?
That's the standard. That's the tattoos we're getting. That's the tattoos we're getting, man.
What would Bubba do?
WWBD. What would Bubba do? You could even use it. What would Bob do? So it uses universal there, Bob. So
I like that. I like that. Bob is a unisex word. So there we go.
Spell it backwards if you want.
Spell it backwards. Yes.
All right, this is going in the shitter in a hurry. Okay,
this is going down south. You have to go talk to Wendy about that comment. So
just kind of biding my time, So I don't think I'm getting another coffee here.
I'm good. I'll stay down here for the day.
All right,
the door's probably locked. You probably can't even get out. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
See you guys. Bubba, be safe. Bye. All right, take care, guys.